you guys have said it. Last night was a frustrating loss for the Dodgers. No one could have seen that triple play coming for the Padres to not only turn the triple play to end the game, to then clinch a postseason bid. That's never happened. So it truly was that smallest of percentage seeing it come to life. Yes, you have to admit for what Manny Machado did, it was a phenomenal play that he made. But ultimately, focusing on the Dodgers side, there was some frustration. So now, like you guys have been talking about, it's time to just turn the page, reset. It's a new day. It's an exciting matchup with Jack Flaherty going against Dylan Cease. And even you all have said it, they still have the control. They're still 2 games up in the standings. And so now it's time to really kind of get things going. Dave Roberts, he talked about just that, the mindset of this team going into this matchup tonight.
Man, when you play 162 games, there's a lot of heartbreaking games. And the thing about baseball players, you got to come back and do it again the next day. And so linger effects, I don't think so. I think that, you know, it's up to Jack to set the tone and our guys to be ready to win a ball game tonight.
Some of the best advice I ever received when I first came into baseball was there's always a game tomorrow. Like Dave Roberts just said there, you know, with 162, things are going to happen. But now it's about showing that fight. As he even mentioned most recently, a must-win situation was in Atlanta after losing the first 2, seeing this team, how they fought back, even with the news of Tyler Glasnow being done for the year, how they fought back, won the final 2 of that series, splitting it. That's the same mindset and mentality going into this one tonight. It is a must-win. And even I was talking to some of the coaches ahead of the game, and they were saying as much as things didn't go as planned, yes, there were opportunities with runners in scoring position that they weren't able to execute on. If you look at the end of the game, they showed a lot of fight in that one, how there were 2 on, no outs. Obviously, we know what ended with that triple play, but there was opportunity, and so now it's today just about executing in those opportunities, guys. I know a lot of this season, the excitement has been around Shohei Ohtani. We saw him get to 50 and 50 in Miami. When you think about the player, the young man that you saw in Anaheim to kind of where he's at now, did you ever imagine just this addition to his game with the base running and what he's been able to do with that?
Yes, the tool set, we knew he was the best. When I saw him when he first came over with us in 18, I said this is the best player in the world, and I still believe that because nobody can pitch and do what he's doing offensively in a major league setting. So he's gotten really good confidence now stealing bases. He's out there throwing bullpens. He's getting ready to pitch for us next year, and he knows how to separate. The mindset that he goes through is incredible, to go through his routine, and he knows when he steps in between a line, he gets in that box, like everybody stops. And for me, it's kind of neat because when they announce his name and he's getting ready to hit, it goes kind of silent. Everybody's got their cameras on, the phone. I mean, nobody's talking. They want to see him go deep, and then when he gets on the bases, they want him to steal bases. So I always felt he was the best player in the world, and he's proven to everybody now I think he is. And next year when he's pitching, maybe we won't see as many stolen bases, but we still might see 50 to 60 homers.
Yeah, and I think we'll be in for a treat no matter what.
With 15 to 20 plus wins and winning Cy Young.
Exactly. Dino, thank you as always. I appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you.
3 consecutive 2-out base runners to get Shohei to the plate. Shohei Ohtani rips the first ball deep to the right field corner and off the wall to give the Dodgers the lead. Ohtani with a screamer, and now the throw gets away. Rojas back to third. It's 3-2. 117 miles per hour of brilliance from Ohtani.
Joe, what was the pitch that Shohei was sitting on when he struck out looking on the fastball? He wanted the slider, and he didn't get it. He gets the slider here, first pitch, and he is all over. The best pitch from Cease. He was ready. Just missed a home run, by the way, by about 5 feet off the wall. So hard, only 1 run comes in.
First and second, 2 down. A run in for LA. Here's Ohtani in a big spot. To right. Off the wall. From second, Lux will score. Rojas is stopped at third. It's an RBI wall ball double. Ball gets away, but it is run down by Solano, and it's now 3-2 Los Angeles. That got to the fence in a hurry.
Well, first pitch swinging like last night's game in the first inning for the Dodgers. First pitch, double. down the right field line. This one off the bullpen gate.
Deuce is wild in a tie game in the 6th. Here's the pitch to Ohtani. Ground ball, base hit center field. He's given the Dodgers the lead again. Ohtani putting him on his back.
Shohei Ohtani coming through again, 2 strikes. Look at this swing, too, just finding a way to go up the middle, but look at the reacts. Out of the box, you do not see this from Shohei. Seeing it more lately because every game has mattered. You want to see Shohei Ohtani, what he looks like in the postseason, this is a glimpse. The clutchness, but also the reacts, the understanding of the moment. 2 strikes against a tough pitcher. Look at that, the emotion.
He is 12 of his last 20 with runners in scoring position. Now, that's looking for insurance. There goes Ohtani. No throw, stolen base, 56.
Two thumbs up. He's got it stolen right here, no doubt about it. How about the little the back step after he steals it, runs past. Nobody's having some fun. Look at.
Ohtani up the middle into right center field. From second comes Will Smith. Tommy Edman will stop at third. Dodgers have the lead again, 4-3. Ohtani comes up with a big hit.
With the way the Padres were playing defensively, Ohtani puts the ball on the ground. Motorhome makes a good pitch for the grounder. He just beat the shift. Beat where they were playing defensively. They're playing him a little bit more to pull on that infield. And with 2 outs, crack of the bat, Dodgers break the tie.
Edman at third, Ohtani at first. Ohtani takes off, no throw.
First move from the lefty, and Ohtani is off.
So now Betts has 2 in scoring position with Edman at third and Ohtani at second. 33 straight stolen bases without being caught. Longest active streak in the majors.
Magic number 2. Never a doubt, huh?
How about 101 miles an hour? Kicked it up an extra notch. Michael Kopech with the emotion. And Joe, the bullpen continues to thrive. Last 15 innings pitched, just a 1 earned run. Nothing bigger than this last inning against the Padres.
Yeah, in this series, 9 innings, no runs. Tonight they walked a few, but no hits over their 4 scoreless innings of work. And guess who does it for the offense? It's Shohei Ohtani, twice putting them in front, including the decisive base hit in the 6th inning. And so the Dodgers have tied this series up. They're on the brink of clinching the division. They'll turn to Walker Buehler tomorrow against Joe Musgrove of the Padres. A win away from a division title.
The Dodgers bounce back with a much-needed huge win over the Padres in the middle game of this pivotal 3-game series. They now lead the division by 3 full games with 4 to go. The magic number, it is down to 2, and this was really a seesaw game back and forth. The Dodgers would take the lead. Padres would immediately answer. But we talked in the pregame show about how you need your stars to step up and play like stars. Shohei Ohtani came up big for the Dodgers tonight. Go-ahead base hit in the 4th inning, Jerry. Padres tied it. Another go-ahead base hit by Shohei in the 6th inning, and the Dodgers bullpen made it stand up.
There's a reason why they call him the Big Show. Obviously, the numbers are huge, but he came up clutch once again. Listen, he had a taste of playoff experience when he led Japan in the WC. That place was nuts in Miami. But again, coming up clutch once again against a really good Padres team. Shohei leading the way, but all in all, a great team win, great bounce back win. And then the big show, coming up clutch, first pitch swinging, rocket off the wall, great at bat, great inning.
You know, it's been great to see as well, the emotion from Shohei Ohtani. You go back to the 50-50 game when he went 6 for 6 with those 3 home runs, and you saw him pointing back to the dugout, and he was excited. And he's kept that up, that home run he hit to tie the game on Sunday against the Rockies. He was so excited. He was pumped up about that. And tonight, Jerry, he comes through twice, and you can see that emotion just starting to pour out of him. He looks like a guy who is ready for this big stage.
When you're an athlete, when you work so hard all your life, these are the type of games you've worked for since you were 8, 12, 15 years old to be in this environment. At Dodger Stadium, packed house, you have a chance to take the lead. He did not hesitate. He looked for a pitch up in the zone, rocket off the wall. Here, another pitch up in the zone, rocket up the middle. Great approach once again, Shohei Ohtani. This is why you lift all those weights. If I'm going to steal a Bill Parcells line, this is why you work so hard all your life to make sure you trust your ability and make sure you put it on display in big moments.
You know, we talked about it's hard to believe, right? As talented as he is, as long as he's been over here in the major leagues and he hasn't played in a postseason game, you know, he knows this is the opportunity to finally get into the postseason. And we talked about here's a game in September that is meaningful. This is a postseason type game, and he's going to embrace it. He's going to go out there and show the emotion, show what he's made of, and that's what you need. You need these guys. We talked about your superstars coming through, not only coming through, but also bringing that emotion and that energy to the club.
Shohei, with your performance tonight, we saw a lot of emotions from you. Can you just describe what it was like being part of this game and getting the win for this team?
各打席チャンスのいい場面で回ってきたので打てて少し感情的にというか嬉しさが出たかなと思います。
Have you been energized by being in a playoff race and the importance of these games?
それはかなりそうですね、あると思いますね。ファンの人の盛り上がりもそうですし、チームの士気も高いと思うので、そこはより集中できる材料なのかなと思います。
You sort of talked about the October. He's curious to see, obviously, balancing out between trying to do too much versus letting the game sort of come to you in those spots. Like, how are you sort of controlling your emotions, stuff like that, and these kind of at-bats and at-bats like tonight where the score position?
基本的にはもう場面関係なく自分のいい打席を送ればいい結果が出ると思っているので、本当にそこに集中したいなと思っています。
Have you ever felt this good at the plate before?
感覚はあると思います。もちろん年を重ねるごとに打撃の技術がやっぱり上がってくると思う。フィジカルもそうですけど、そういう自力みたいなものが少しずつ形になっているのかなと思います。
Expect to get a hit every time you go up to bat now?
どうなんですかね。もう打席に入ったらあんまり何も考えてないというか、本当にその打席に集中しているので、あんまり打てそうだな、打て出せそうだなっていうのもあんまり意識はしてないですかね、今は。
You caught Ichiro for most steals in the season tonight. What does he mean to you? What does that record mean to you?
もちろん憧れの選手でもありますし、数が並んだからといってそれが変わることはもちろんないので、引き続きというか、チームの勝ちのためにしっかり走るところは走っていきたいなと思ってます。
You're one step closer to the division title. What would it mean to Pop Champagne?
そのためにここまで頑張ってきましたし、それをホームのゲームで明日できればそれは特別じゃないかなと思います。
Are you seeing something different in Shohei now that sort of a week or two away from the postseason, some of these games that really matter?
Yeah. He's raised his level of play. The epitome of it is that Morejon at bat gets behind 0-2, takes a couple breaking balls and hits a ball hard up the middle to drive in a run. You see the emotion that you never see, and you've seen that over the last week. So he's sniffing the postseason and understanding how important these games are. It fires us up. Your best player is playing with emotion. Everyone follows.
You said a couple of weeks ago you were curious to see what it looked like in terms of him trying to maybe do too much of those spots versus being the right spot. Like, how do you sort of see him sort of handle maybe a bit more shorting?
He's handling it exactly the way I would have hoped. This is a playoff environment. You can see they're trying to crowd him and then spin him away, and he's just being patient, waiting for his pitch, and he's doing something with it when he gets his chance. So and as far as emotions, he's really channeling them, and the energy is the right energy. It's not pressing, it's urgency, it's everything that you want in a playoff environment.
Tonight in the sixth inning, tie game, he comes up with a chance to put your team ahead. He comes through a lot, but your level of comfort in that situation, knowing how hard it is to deliver.
Level of confidence very high, and so it's trying one of those things. You just try to get him up to bat and get guys on base so they can't pitch around him. But as far as where he's at right now, mentally, physically, it's right where we need to be.
You talked about pregame, like with the Atlanta series and the Arizona series. Like, does this feel like another one of those where you guys kind of had your backs against the wall in some way and just kind of came out and played a clean game all the way around?
Yeah, I mean, but the fact is, we still have the best record in baseball. So it might not feel like that, but. Like I said, I couldn't guarantee, or you don't know the result of the game, but I can tell the intent tonight, what we were going to get, and that's what we did, and we came away with a big win.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価よろしくお願いします。